BJONESSTYLE channel. Guess what? It's fall 2019. Maybe it's not technically fall on the calendar, but in the fashion world, we enter September, we enter the new season of laying dress up of all the fall fashions. So for me, September is almost like a new year. And I'm so excited to kick off the fall season with one of your favorite videos, which is my trends video. This video is all about breaking down the trends that I'm really loving and that I will probably be interpreting through the things I find in thrift stores and vintage shops, on eBay, at flea markets, at crossroads, maybe a few investment pieces along the way. This is just what I'm loving for the fall season coming up and what I saw on the runways that I think you guys can be inspired by and you can interpret in your own way. Normally I do this video and I just stand inside my house, I talk about the trends that I'm loving, and then I might show you a few pieces from my wardrobe that I feel like are gonna really work for the trend. But this time I'm gonna do it a little differently. I put it out on Instagram. And by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm BJONESSTYLE. Check me out over there. I post daily. I put out on Instagram. You guys want to see me just break down the trends, or do you want me to also go thrifting for the trends? And it came back a resounding go thrifting from you guys. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to chat about the trends here, and then we are going to head into the thrift store. And it's going to be a little bit more about, as I'm going through the store, showing you guys how I approach looking for those trends. I might not be buying all of them and I might not hit the mark every time, but it's just going to be about, you know, as you're shopping, how you can be looking for the trends. So we're going to do that in a little bit, so get really excited for that. First, let's just get into the trends that I'm loving. There's a lot of trends out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down my favorite and also ones that I feel like you can easily find in the thrift stores. There's other trends that are going to be a little bit harder to find, so I'm not going to touch on those as much. I'm going to be touching on the ones that I know. These are tried and true. These are basically vintage, just redone, and so I know you can find them in thrift stores. During the video, I'm going to be popping up inspiration along the way from different runway shows that I'm loving, but what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put all those credits down below for you guys so you can actually go check out the runway shows and see everything. But you're going to see what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it. I'm just not going to mention the designers as much this time because what we're really going to do is see if we can go find those trends, but I want you to be able to catalog your own inspiration as well. So grab those links down below. I always like to start with color trends because this is the easiest thing to find. If you know the colors that you want to look for the season, it makes thrifting so easy. You walk in a store and you literally just scan to see if you can find the color. Then once you do, you sort through that section and see if there's anything that appeals to you in that color. So the two colors to look for this season are lavender, which I feel like I think I said this for the spring in 2018, so it's been around for a while. But lavender and millennial purple is what they're calling it, is really big. And there's lots of different shades of purple. You guys have heard I used to hate purple. For some reason, when it circled back around a few years ago, I got really into it. And so I'm so in for this trend. Keep your eye out for anything purple, lavender, soft, ethereal. What I really love about the trend is it's kind of this embracing head to toe bold statement. It's about finding separates in the purple colors and even different shades and mixing them, or it's finding all the same color story with all being lavender. You can find lavender earrings, you can find, you know, a lavender blazer, even lavender heels. I think that's a really fun way to do it, and I think a great way to look for those is go to eBay and just search lavender shoes and see what you can find. The other trend that is really big for fall is pistachio. We dove in with green last season with spring. I feel it was a little bit more lime green, sage green. This is pistachio, so it has a little bit of a warmer tone to it. Again, this is about head to toe wearing the color, and I also feel like it has a luxe look to it, very elegant. If you go with that head to toe, embrace it in different textures. You can go sweaters, knits, silks, satins, just pile on the pistachio. So keep your eye out for that pistachio color. Keep your eye out for those colors. Do the lavender, do the pistachio. Just start scanning all your stores, eBay, all of it, and see what you can find. Now we're gonna get into the trends that I am loving. I'm gonna first talk about the one that I'm obsessed with. I've been obsessed with this probably my whole fashion life. You guys know I love a good belt Probably it started with Carrie Bradshaw. She was the queen of the belt. She always was rocking a belt. She was cinching vintage dresses with belts. She was throwing on, you know, men's shirts and belting them. And ever since then, I've been searching thrift stores for belts. To me, they're the best thing you can ever find in thrift stores because I think it's really hard to actually find new belts that are as amazing as old vintage belts. So look for belts. This trend is all about cinching, suiting, cinching it all, belting it all with belts. Definitely this trend was a little bit more of that sophisticated suited look. I'm very much into the idea of what I saw, which is a lot of belting of blazers. They showed suit wrapped and belted. I saw it with skirts, I saw it with pants, and I think you can touch this trend by just, you know, belting a blazer over anything. That's, to me, the easiest, most fun way to do this look. And there's different versions of the belts that are really popular. Right now I'm really into the idea of really large belts with big gold embellishments. I also love the idea, you guys have seen me wear it a million times, but I have my black belt with the gold coins. I don't think I'll ever get rid of that belt. Chain belts are really big, and these are actually pretty easy to find in thrift stores. Just keep your eye out for, I think, gold. That's my color. You could be a silver girl, but I am all about those chain belts, ones that's gonna kind of drip and drape, and you can go, you know, all the way at the waist, or you can have a little bit hanging. And even if you want to get really creative, you could put 2 chain belts, overlap them, twist them up, have fun with it. I even saw some of those more large overcoats belted. So if you live in a climate that is cold in the winter, take your big trench coat and wrap a big belt around it and just cinch it in really nicely. You have subscribed to my weekly scoop email. If you have not, the link is below to subscribe to that. I talked about this in my weekly scoop email, and you guys all sent me items that you had in your closet or that you found once I started talking about this. And what I'm talking about is the trend of quilting, basically bedding. It's just the quilted coat taking over the runways. And I've already invested in a few pieces. This is about those great vintage house coats that everybody had in the 50s and the 60s. Women would throw on their house coats. They were all quilted. They're in amazing colors. They're, you know, more shiny. They're more matte. You can play with different ones. So keep your eye out for those. Now, these are a little bit harder to find in thrift stores. I think the best way to do it is either at a vintage store locally that you have, or start searching Etsy, eBay, Depop, all of that for quilted house coats. Just search house coat. My favorite, and you'll see right here, is Rachel Comey. She had this gorgeous light blue quilted coat. If I could find something like that, I already have a feel, but if I could find the blue version, I would be so happy. And I love the quilted coats had the big belt, so don't even be afraid to do the robe with the tie belt. Just do it. Also, along with the whole quilted thing is actually quilt dressing, and this has been going on again for a while. I feel like the quilt look has been popping up. It was big last season too. So look for things with quilt patterns on it. If you've got a great jacket that's quilted, you could even take a denim jacket and put patches of quilt on it. Saw head to toe quilted dresses and outerwear. So it's all over the runway, if it's quilted material or if it's actually like a quilt that you're wearing. Now this is a fun one. It is the trend of satin. The 90s satin is back. The 90s satin slip dress is majorly back. That very shiny, gorgeous material that you see, you know, for evening gowns. But think of this even for daytime. Think about taking a satin slip dress and then a button down, throwing it over, even tying it or keeping it open, throw a blazer over it and more of a closed toe shoe. Keep your eye out for satin dresses. Even satin blouses could be beautiful. Keep your eye out for satin. Okay, if I have to pick one other one that was my favorite, I feel like Cinced Suiting is up there, and then this one is up there, and that's prep school. Plaid prep, they're also calling it bourgeoisie. So very, you know, Upper East Side, Blair Waldorf, 3-piece suit set, sweater vest, anything preppy. You could be going to play tennis at your club or riding your horse in the fields of Britain. I'm so into this. It's so fall. When else do you want to just embrace the plaid and piling and sweaters and preppiness but fall? To me, that's the best season to do it. This is I think, another one that you could really easily find in the thrift store. So that's looking for plaid, that's looking for sweater vests, for button downs, for tweeds, for, you know, more cinched blazers that could kind of have the vibe as if you're going on a hunt. I think of Downton Abbey. And it's head to toe. It's, you know, plaid pant and argyle sweater vests and tweed piled with tweed, and it's just fully going for the prep school vibe. So even think 70s with this. Channel your inner Blair Waldorf. I'm gonna be diving in and embracing my inner preppy girl. Okay, I know I already said I had the few favorites, but this isn't even a favorite. This is just a staple for B. Jones. This is my life. This is everything that when it comes to style, what I will tell anybody. You need a power blazer. You need a bold shoulder, power shoulder, oversized blazer. I don't know. I just feel like it will endlessly be my thing. I will just always have a great blazer with a power shoulder in my closet. It's a huge trend for fall. So everybody will be wearing it, and I'm all in because I always am. And you know what I love is there was, when I was reading one of the articles about the power shoulder, it was talking about the Businesswoman special, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. If you have not seen that movie, you need to go watch it. But anyways, they transfer themselves to go to their high school reunion. They want to be businesswomen, and they put on their little power suits with their power shoulders, and they're at like a diner or something, and they ask for the Businesswoman special. So think businesswoman special, get your blazers out, pile it on, throw it on everything, because to me, make it better with the blazer. That's all I need to say. That is it. I mentioned my faves, the things I'm going to be rocking a lot and that I'm going to be looking for. Now is the really fun part. We are going to go and see just what I can find in the thrift store. I'm going to kind of take this, what I just chatted with you guys about, with me into the store, and we're just gonna see, you know, what we can find that's within this trend. I'll be breaking down the finds and kind of how they play into each trend and what to even be looking for and how that can help you when you're starting your fall hunting. So let's head over to the thrift store. We're here to thrift the fall trends. I'm so excited to take you guys with me on a day of thrifting the fall trends. I'm going to be hitting up the OC Goodwill stores. I get a lot of questions on where to thrift in Orange County, and honestly I just say go to any Goodwill in Orange County. There are a lot of different options within Orange County, and I really don't think you can find a bad one. They're all great. They're super clean. They're nicely maintained. I feel like everything's really organized. So I'm a big fan of just basically any Goodwill in Orange County. So that's a little tip. If you live in Orange County or if you're visiting, just go to any Goodwill, and I'm going to put the links below in the video description of the Goodwill that I'm going to today. I'm excited to start hunting for the fall trends. So I'm just going to start walking around the store, and as I find things that I feel like touch on the trends that we talked about earlier, I'll show you guys. I even brought my little notebook with all of my trends written down to stay on track. I just found these plaid trouser pants. I'm not afraid of an elastic waistband. You throw a belt over that, you don't even know. Definitely very much of that prep school vibe that's big for fall. This is kind of a fun option. This to me almost feels like it could be in that prep school vibe. These are little polo players on there, so it definitely touches on that preppy trend, and I love the idea of layering this over some plaid. Just found this great sweater, very much touching on that preppy trend. Also knits in general were just really big for fall, and this one is this cream kind of cable knit turtleneck. It also has shoulder pads, so if it has shoulder pads, it's touching on the bold shoulder trend as well. My favorite section, blazers, jackets, outerwear. Very much the bold shoulder trend. There were even a few coats showing with kind of this lining and the shoulder and that drape of the jacket. I found this, which I love. It's actually a really lightweight, oversized blazer, and for me this is great for California. It's of course touching on the bold shoulder, the preppy, any of that, and it's just a blazer, and I love it. Found this great blazer. It's a tweed, so it touches on that prep trend. It also is great for cinched suiting because it's a little oversized. You can belt this really great, and of course the bold shoulder as well. I just found a load of really good ones. This is the bold shoulder. It's actually a cropped jacket. I've been really into the idea of finding more cropped pieces because I feel like it's fun to play with. It's not just an oversized blazer. Okay, now we're just in prep school mode. We've got this tweed version. We've got this one. is another classic. Just pinstripe navy jacket. Full shoulder right here, baby. So good. Look at these pocket details here. I didn't find much satin or even the colors I didn't find as much of, but I definitely found a lot in the prep school, the bold shoulders, the cinched suiting pieces, and not as much quilting. That is something that you're going to really probably need to look in vintage stores, eBay, Etsy, all of that to find. It's going to be harder to find it in thrift stores. But I'm going to try on a few of the pieces that I found and show you guys. I'm going to try this one on first. This is the amazing jacket. So structural, and look at these pocket details here. It wraps all the way around there. You definitely have to kind of wear this more, you know, as one whole piece like this to really see how great it is, and then with more of like a tailored pant. Here's a blazer that would be perfect for the cinched suiting look. You just cinch it in with a belt right there, and it's that kind of pinstripe navy. This might be a men's blazer. You guys can let me know. I know there's something about the buttons on the side that make it a men's versus women's, but this would be perfect for cinched suiting. Men's camel blazer that is gorgeous. I love the little details of buttons, and it's very structured. This is all about the prep school. Throw this on with chinos, with denim, button downs, even throw a tie on if you're feeling like it. I really love this. Also, another great one for the prep school. I love the tweed. This printed tweed, and just even the colors that are in it. It's so great. It actually fits, I think, perfectly in that oversized, but not too oversized. I love the idea of a cable knit sweater under this and denim in this. Oh, that would be so good. This is that cropped blazer jacket. Really loving it. This is totally the bold shoulder. It's more rounded here. It's cropped. I even love this little gold button. Also a big trend that I've been seeing a lot lately, and I wore recently, was the tucked in blazer. This is actually a great option because I know with a blazer it can get bulky, but because this is cropped, you can easily tuck that in and not have all the bulk here. Okay, this is the kind of the tweed blazer as well. This is Tahari, and it's woman, so it's fit to kind of hug the waist a little bit more, so I feel like this is the perfect one to do the cinched suiting. It's a little big on me, but, and this belt isn't the right belt, of course, but it is the great blazer to do that cinched look because it's already cut for you to do that. Okay, this is the perfect example of a transitional piece. So in California, we stay really hot for the next 2 months. If anything, this is actually when our summer really kicks in. And so this is great because this touches on the bold shoulder trend, but it's really lightweight and a great layer for the next few months when it's still really hot. And I just kind of like it. It's just like an easy little throw on. It has a chic element, but I'm not going to be dying when I wear it. Okay, this is that red blazer jacket. This detail here is what makes it exactly on trend with the bold shoulder, that 80s drape. I actually kind of love the idea of maybe bunching it here, belting it. Here it is just kind of all the way out. But this lining here on the side is what makes it so great. And of course, red is always so bold and so great. That polo, it's almost, I think it's a night shirt. And I love the idea of belting this, giving it some Carrie Bradshaw vibes. But it's still totally that preppy trend. And the print is just so much fun, and I love the idea of just making this work for day, even layering it over some trousers, belting it. If there ever was something to do the prep school trend, it's actually a little uniform dress for a girl. I kind of love this. I think this would be fun to work with. Look at this. I have the uniform on, and then I was putting on these pants, trying them on, and then I kind of love this actually, mixing plaids, and then even throw on some heels like I've got, and switch up, you know, what's underneath here. Even a plaid blazer. Getting crazy with the layering, but let's talk about these pants. They are so the prep school trend. I don't think I've ever found a pair of plaid trousers that look like this, and I love the colors. Like they're more unexpected with the browns and the green. You know what would look great with this is that big knit sweater. I'll try that on and see what that looks like. Yes, 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 yes. You guys, this sweater is so perfect for the fall, winter. Love the shoulder pads, totally keeping them in. Love it with these trousers. I think it'd be cool with a big belt kind of cinched in here. I forgot to show you guys, I found these like cow print heels, Mary Jane's. Those are also big for fall.
also just animal prints in general. And then how great is this outfit with these shoes, these pants, this sweater, one more piece. Here we go, from the bottom to the top. There we go, fall, here we come. Now I'm just styling and playing, but look at this is really fun. This shirt over, the shirt dress over the plaid pants. Actually kind of like doing like this slouchy shoulder and then a belt even with this, or just a blazer too. Still didn't find any satin pieces, quilted pieces. Normally satin should be kind of easy to find in thrift stores, but you never know what you're gonna find, so you're not guaranteed to find anything. Mentioned quilted is gonna be a little more difficult. A great option for the quilted trend is to look on eBay. That's been my recent love, is to search on eBay. Quilted jacket, quilted pants, house coats, all of that. Okay, I'm in the next store and I just found a lavender piece. It might be my favorite. Gorgeous lavender. So cute. I think these are too big, but these are vintage plaid pistachio colored pants. I'm just gonna pull them because they're so good. I think they're men's also, so they're not gonna fit on the waist as well. But also I found this, these are not pistachio. They're like more of a mint. Like an acid wash vibe to it. It has drawstrings inside, so they do a really great paper bag waist. I'm really into buying pants that are just too big for me and then using belts to cinch them in, or in this case, a drawstring. Found two blouses that are not satin, but maybe more like silk and more of the PJ vibe. This is actually PJs, but I think it's really cool. We'll see. I'll find this. I really like this animal print. This is a great one. That's it. So not all the time, just a few little things. So I'm going to try those on. That PJ top. It's fun for print mixing. I just feel like I don't end up wearing these as much. This is the animal print black and white blouse. My tip here is if you find a great black and white print, get it. Because this is the perfect print to mix with lots of other prints. And I feel like you can never go wrong with a black and white print. Here is those amazing plaid pants. They're just giant and too much to tailor. Okay, these are those pants I was telling you about. They're giant, but they have a drawstring in them here that makes it kind of like a fun little paper bag waist pant. I'm digging it. I love comfy big pants like this that are real small at the waist. I don't care if there's like weird puckering. It's just fun and cozy, and then also just kind of unique. I love anything that I can cinch real tight at the waist like that. And these kind of have this cool acid wash. Definitely not fall, but these are fun for the next few months while it's still hot. And this makes this whole trip worth it. This is so good. This is the purple for the fall. I actually really like it with these pants. It's just the beginning of me starting to thrift the fall trends, but you guys definitely got to see how I approach looking for the trends, how I kind of do a little bit of research, start to collect inspiration, and then head into the stores with all of that in my brain. It's like a catalog in there helping me know what I'm looking for, and then I can start kind of working into my wardrobe and into the season to come. We love fall. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a blast.
That's it. That's my fall 2019's trends video. I think this is one of my favorites to do because it's so great for me to even do the research, to gather all the inspiration so that my brain is full. I'm very much about kind of taking in a ton of inspiration by looking at all these different websites. I love to look at all the fashion editorials, and then it just seeps into my brain in a way that I don't even have it all categorized, but it's just there so that when I'm looking for things, without even thinking, I realize I'm pulling out those trends. I'm looking for those pieces, and it comes really natural to you. So hopefully this helps you. This kind of gets you started with that as well, where you can now go down to the links below, research all the different, designers and the trends, and decide on the ones that you're gonna look for and that you're loving. And you're gonna see a lot of content coming out for the next few months that it's gonna be all about these trends that I'm gonna be, as I'm getting dressed every week in what I wore, or as I'm doing my how-to videos, these trends are going to start popping up. So they're going to become, part of our language here on the BJONESSTYLE channel. I'll be referring to them a lot, I'm sure. If you loved this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Share my channel with a friend that you know would love to play dress up as well. You can purchase my book, Outfit Magic, from the link below, or my Always Play Dress Up t-shirts. There's a few different designs down below as well. And that's it. Always play dress awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!